Hi, I'm Terry Brock, and I've got a chance to share with you something that's going to be very important in your work, whatever you're doing. With me, joining me right now is my buddy, my wingman, Waldo, Lieutenant Colonel Waldo Waldman. He's a CSP, Certified Speaking Professional, MBA as well. Good to have you here, sir.
Awesome.
And we were talking just now here at lunch. We're here in Atlanta at the Buckhead Diner, having a great time. And I wanted to share this with you right now about the importance of a wingman and what that means and how a wingman is not really a cheerleader. Help us on that.
Well, you know, like we were discussing before, when I flew combat missions in Iraq and Serbia, I didn't have to have a beer or be buddies with the guy or gal that I was flying with to know that the job was going to get done. A wingman isn't necessarily a cheerleader, although it's important, but sometimes a wingman has to tell you what you need to hear,
What do you mean?
not what you want to hear. So, for example, when we had a debriefing after a combat mission, we had to be willing to bruise each other. And a bruise heals. And if you couldn't take that bruising feedback and say, I need to study a little bit more, I didn't put the time in to prepare for this mission, I sacrificed the integrity of our mission, I messed up and somebody got killed, or we didn't accomplish the mission, that is something that has to get done. And if you look at it in the business world, where we often find ourselves critiquing each other and possibly getting feedback that is critical to our development and our ability to get the job done, if we aren't receptive, if we don't have a trusting relationship with somebody who will be brutally honest with us, tell us we need to focus on something that we may be missing, or we have a blind spot, that's where we can succeed or we can lose.
Yeah, now the thing that comes to my mind is thinking, okay, obviously you have to have some strong infrastructure in place, a good foundation.
Right.
What do you can't just go up to anybody and say, hey, you did this and this and this wrong, and you shouldn't be doing this and this, etc. What do you do to build that infrastructure in the base?
So you have to plant the seeds of a relationship. Just like we had lunch today, we've known each other, we take time out of our schedule, we connect as human beings first and as business people second. In a professional environment, when you have subordinates or coworkers working with you or you're supervising others, they need to know that you connect with them from the heart before you can connect with them from the hand. Do you know me as a person? Do you understand my passions? What do I want in my career? When you tune into that, and I know you're supporting me on what my goals are, then I'm going to support you and your goals, and we can work more effectively together.
Exactly. It's wonderful what you talk about in your book, Fly Solo, which is a great book. I've told you about that before, and you ought to go get it. Never Fly. Thank you. Never Fly Solo. I love, and that ties in directly with my R-commerce, relationship commerce, and getting to know people. So I think that's a critical point, that you build those relationships so strong that I can go, and so you can tell me, Terry, you did this and this and this wrong.
And if you look at social media, for example, Facebook, LinkedIn, they are good at initiating the relationship, but oftentimes we don't go further. We don't send the personal note. We don't Google them. We don't find out what's going on in their lives. We don't pick up the phone and call and say, can I take you to lunch? Can I help you in a certain way? And when we do that, when we use social media, not as an end-all, but as a conduit to solidifying a relationship, then we can win. It takes effort. It takes time. People are numbing themselves to this via the electronic media, and if we do that, I think we're eventually going to fail. Relationship commerce, it takes time, it's an investment. It may not come out immediately, but sooner or later we're going to come out on top and win because of it.
Yep. It has to be that way. Thank you so much for sharing that. How does someone get in touch with you when they say, hey, I want to get in touch with this guy?
On my website's yourwingman.com, and my direct email is waldo@yourwingman.com.
Waldo, you're a good man. I'm glad to know you and have you around.
Awesome
Thanks.
to be your wingman, Terry. Push it up.